Just gonna give it a few minutes to get some people in the chat. I know I'm starting like 8 minutes late, but hey Black Mon, how are you doing today? Um, like usual, let me know if the audio is good, cause yeah, let me know if the audio is good. Yeah, I started a few minutes late because it seems like I'm coming down with a cold. Hope it's not like it's too bad, but hell, thank you, thank you, Black Mon. So, um, yeah, so if anyone sees me like blowing my nose, I know it's kind of gross and everything. Trust me, I get it, but I didn't want to sit there and cancel the stream because runny nose and everything like that. But yeah, which is perfect timing because tomorrow's my birthday. Um, so that's gonna be, but it actually is gonna be fun though. I mean, this week, I went out, so we had a good time. Thank you, Black Mon. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um, so yeah, I want to sit there and talk. Oh, thank you, 25. I'll be 39 tomorrow, but I do appreciate the well wishes. Well wishes. Thank you. Not there yet. Got one more year. And how are you doing today, 25? I'm usually pretty self-conscious when it comes to us like eating on camera, but I'm just like screw it at this point. Thank you. I will definitely take a look at it after the stream. But I got another email I got to sit there and send out, so I'll definitely check out yours. Use a camcorder or digital camera. Okay. All right. I'm assuming that's related to the email. Okay. I mean, like if it's related to this, I'm just using the my laptop camera right now, so I can afford a little bit better upgrade. Um, and I'm sorry for the sun in the background. It's like I was thinking about getting curtains and everything like that, but like at that point, it was just um, we got 3 people so far in the chat, maybe. Um, it was like dark clouds and everything like that. It looked like it's about to rain, so I was like, you know what? There's really no point. So yeah, you're just joining. Yeah, me and my friends went out to the city, and I'm just glad I didn't wake up with a hangover yesterday. I mean, I wasn't really drinking too hard, but still. Hey, Crystal Williams, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining. Yeah, so we're gonna be sitting there talking about soaps. If anyone, thank you, Crystal. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, I want to sit there and talk about the soaps this week. If anyone has anything else they want to talk about, you could just sit there and put it up in the chat. I want to talk about soaps this past week, and just like I don't know, they haven't been hitting the same. They haven't been hitting the same in a while. It's just been meh at best, you know, and it annoys me a little bit. It annoys me a little bit because I said in one of my videos that my energy or the way I do my videos is it's bounced off of the show. So like if the show is really amazing, if it's really fun. Thank you, 25. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Oh, it was an awesome day. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, how much did this say? Now I'm flustered. So yeah, I bounce my energy off these soaps. So if the soap is good, then I feel like my review's kind of good. Like, I'm laughing, I'm joking, or whatever. Somebody annoyed me, whatever. Then we have episodes that is kind of like meh. It's like, what, what am I supposed to like? Good evening to an average episode. Yeah, yeah, no, yes, Black Mind, yes, definitely, definitely was getting those days vibes. A while back when I was with someone, and she would watch Days. One of the characters that I liked off the bat was Kristen. I remember her doing a whole mask thing, and I was like, "What in the hell? Like, what is going on?" Um, it was an odd time with Days. And I remember that. I remember that particular episode I was watching because it had something to do with Eric and John throwing a baseball, and then John got hit, like he got beamed in the face with the ball, and they had to use like makeup and everything like that. And I'm just like, this shit is crazy. And I don't know why I didn't jump on like right back, like right then. I guess I was so diehard GH at the time that it was like everything else just seemed like it was kind of foreign and scary. It's like, ooh, I don't, you know. But like I said before, somebody put me on there as far as watching days, and I've never been more happier. And I wish I could thank that person that actually put me on days as far as doing reviews. But yep. Oh, and again, sorry for being late. If you notice that I'm blowing my nose a lot, it's because I'm coming down with something. Hopefully, it's not too serious, you know, which is amazing timing because tomorrow's my birthday. So I'm like, awesome. Um, I'm still going to be watching the soaps, keep up on everything that's going on. But, I figured just that day, I'm just going to just chill out, watch the soaps and then catch up on some movies and stuff. Um, you got a lot of you got a lot of shows that has been in some episodes like Why and R this week. I was sur- I was surprised. Like some of the episodes is actually good, and I'm like, this isn't this isn't usually your style, particularly with the Davon and Nate stuff because I'm just like, bro, I don't like I don't get it, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's your. I don't like to say boss. I like to say manager, but technically that's your boss, though. What we know what is going on with Marisha Morgan. Blackmon, who's Morgan? Hey, Stanford. I hope I pronounced your name right. Angelica, Amanda. Oh, okay, yeah. No, no, I don't know what's going on with her. I'm actually have to look that up. I'm gonna look that up, and then when I do my review, and if I pronounce your name wrong, Beauty. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the chat. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to look this stuff up. I'm just gonna get a pen. See, this is actually why I'm glad that I wore pants. Yeah, I want to sit there and look her up too to find out what's going on with her. You got Amani that's just like adding fuel to the fire, and you got Nate that's just it's like the dude was just born yesterday. I don't get that. I don't get that. But yes, thank you, Beauty, for joining the chat. Hope you are having a great day. Um, yeah. So Y&R was actually somewhat good this week. Like I'm still surprised. Um, and again, a lot of times with these shows, blow my nose because cold and everything. A lot of times with these shows, I know that sometimes they can't always be like really great, super great. Um, and it's weird because like at the same time, I don't want them to just be average either. You know, I mean, yeah, I can sit there and look at my own videos and be like, well, I want every video to be amazing and everyone's laughing and having a good time and stuff like that. But no one's perfect. Everyone has an off day. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, 25. Yeah. After I'm done with the stream, I'll definitely look that up and we can definitely do that. That sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I'll definitely be down for that. Thank you. And thank you so much. My God. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Blackmon. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. I really appreciate you just being here. Even if you didn't like, did a super chat, I really appreciate you being here. Um, but yeah. So yeah, 25 definitely sit there and do that. That sounds like a lot of fun. So I'll totally be down for that. Um, like I can't tell if I want something to eat or something to drink. I'm so glad I was actually a responsible and adult yesterday and decided to not get like super. Well, I really couldn't anyway because I came there with someone and I was gonna make sure that she got home okay, so I couldn't be, you know. But yeah, what? Okay, so what soaps has been disappointing you this week? What soap has everyone been disappointed with? Where it's like it should have been better than what it was. I mean, for me, it would sit there and be GH because that's the show that I practically grew up watching. Don't get me wrong, the trainer trial, the way it, excuse me, more was good. Yep, there we go. There we go, right there. GH. Jesus Christ. Yes, yes. Beauty. Too many damn fillers. Oh my. Listen, it's hard to watch those episodes just in general. And then when I gotta sit there and hit record and be like, all right, well, what the hell am I actually gonna sit there and say about it? Black Mind. Yeah, yeah, Black Mind, me too. Me too. I mean, Quinn wasn't exactly my favorite character, but it was a lot of good drama though. Okay, yeah, that's Renee Sophie, yeah. And Black Mind, a lot of people are thinking that she's gonna join GH, and I'm like, nope, she's not. You got way too many damn people more. Yes, more. They are definitely out there as the kids say, lacking. And it's messed up for Liz. It's messed up for Liz fans. Don't get me wrong, we got something this week, but it's like we finally okay, do you understand how we finally got something this week with Liz as far as like her maybe pushing somebody down the stairs? And it's like, okay, cool. Where are we gonna go with that? Like we got something good, and then it just gets relegated to like side stuff. And it's like, come on, seriously? This woman has been on there for so long. Rob, GH, Days, MB&B stuff, 20 hours, okay. Yes, Rob. Yes, Rob. Definitely got to agree with you on that. Don't get me wrong. I love days, and my order is always going to be so far GH days, B and Y&R. But like I said, Y&R was good this week. Mess with Ned and Olivia some short time. Yeah, me too. And by the way, I'm gonna call you Stanford because or Sanford, my bad. Because I feel like I'm just gonna butcher your first name. Yes, Beauty. I think a lot of people want to know where that story is gonna go with Sasha. You know, because she's here's the thing, she's killing it. She is killing it. And you gotta sit there and remember what happened to her is the worst thing that can sit there and happen to a parent. And now you got Smokes and that other guy that's like going after her. And Smokes is just a demon at this point. Let's just be very clear. When Dante was like, so you're just gonna be the guy that's gonna kick a woman when she's down? And all he said was, you're just gonna let her get away with it? Really? Um, yeah, I'll be down to do that. I wasn't planning on doing any videos, but yeah, for you, I'll definitely be down. I just gotta sit there and download the software. I'm gonna download it on my phone and then um we'll do that. But you email me though, so I will download it and then give you a time and see what time it's good for you. Yes, beauty. And at one point people kept sitting there thinking it's a DID story, maybe it's a supernatural story. But yes, 25. We can definitely sit there and do that tomorrow since I'm off. So I'll be down. Be down to do that. Sounds like a lot of fun. I just gotta download it. But yeah, I'm just like, what are they doing with her? And then you got the whole Austin thing, and now that's starting to pick up. Even though that people done practically written Austin off, and just have one way. But yeah, now that they written, I don't want to talk about, you know, this is why I don't really eat when I'm doing streaming. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sonia. I'm really sorry to hear that. But thank you for coming on. My condolences. If you ever want to talk, just email me. We can sit there and talk. This is why I don't eat on camera. Yeah, no, definitely. Handle your real life stuff first. I'm always gonna be here. So I look forward to seeing you next week. Like I said, you can always email me. My email is on about and I have an Instagram, so but yeah, again my condolences and just know I'm here. But yeah, no, we're getting breadcrumbs with her. Hmm. I why do I have a beauty? Why do I have a feeling like it's gonna have something to do with Austin medicine and scams? That's the only thing I can sit there and think of because this guy was like, "You need to come back to the family fold." Whatever that's going on, it probably has something to do with Austin um, medical license, or as far as him doing something as something medically. That's the only thing I can sit there and think of. Since he's really good at what he does, even though we don't know what that is. But hopefully we'll find out soon. And now you got Spinelli. That's all like, oh, like now he's pining over Maxie again. I'm just like, what? What are we doing? You know, as I was at work today. Being sick sucks. Yeah, as I was at work today, I was sitting there thinking about even the fact that Ali broke up with Spinelli because of the dangerous business that he was associated with. But I'm like, when you knew him, you knew what he was doing. And I feel like that breakup probably had a lot to do with setting up Max and Spinelli again. You think Chelsea would get Blackmon? You know what? Chelsea, I put nothing past her. I'm sitting there like, yo, all you ladies, you need to sit there and hide your boyfriends because Chelsea seems like that type of chick that would just step over the line. Oh wow, you go back that far. You go back that far. Okay. Hmm. Maybe they thought about it at the time. Sanford. Maybe they thought about it at the time, and then they were just like, you know what? We'll do something with Anna. We'll do something with Anna, and I'm trying not to actually dig in my ear. No, I figure like they probably want to do something with Anna and the WSB and everything like that. Because you guys have to remember, Peter was the one that took out Drew, and then he came back years later on. So beauty, yeah. I mean, Spinelli and Maxie was a cool set because they were so polar opposite. You know, you have one person that was like fashion and stuff like that, and the other person was into like video games and Star Wars. But what I really appreciate, hey, how you doing? Nella. I'm gonna call you Jay. I'm gonna call you Jay. I know. I should get better with your name. I'm sorry, but how you doing though today? Ugh, sucks. So yeah, one of the things I really appreciated about Maxie and Ellie was Maxie like Maxie started getting into certain comic books. She started knowing certain characters and things of that nature. And the reason why I bring that up is because they were together, and even though she didn't like, like even though that stuff wasn't her thing, I appreciated the fact that she wanted to get into it for him. Um, and without getting too much into that, oh, okay, you watching Dish and Days? Okay. Well, if you're on there, tell them I said what's up. Tell them I say hi. But I thank you for joining the chat. But yeah, I don't know. It's something about that just hits for me. You know what, Beauty? I do agree with that, especially seeing how they Cody Hips thing. Cody partly was there for Britt. You know, she was partly there for Britt. All right, sounds good. 25. I look forward to it. Going to be a lot of fun. Um, but yeah, Cody was brung in there for. I felt like partly there for Britt. I mean, the dude literally parachuted out the sky and just happened to hit her. Come on. Somebody was meant to saying that Beauty that she was going to do both. I don't see that happening, but that's what somebody said in the comment section. I do think they should recast, but it's going to take a while for people to get used to it though. It's going to take a while. I mean, look how we treated more or less temporary Michael. I mean, this dude was just filling in for like a couple of days, and people were just like, "No, this ain't working, bro. Get out of here. Your scenes ain't hitting the way Chad Duel is. Like, you need to get the hell up out of here, bro." Um, so I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I would definitely sit there and say it's going to be interesting. I was thinking about putting on the AC, but for some odd reason, I felt like I would have been blowing my nose a lot more. So, but today it's actually not that hot, so that's good. That's really good. But yeah, hopefully they recast because that'll just be kind of pointless. Yes, I don't know. I mean, I'm happy for her that she's doing something that she wants to do. I always look at these things whenever they leave a show. I'm just like, you do realize that you are leaving a study paycheck, right? I mean, people have their reasons for why they leave, yada yada yada. I get it, but a lot of times I'm just like, it's a study paycheck. In this day and age, like this is, I don't know. Somebody wrote to me about how a lot of these people don't want to be like on days Doug and Julie. I'm like, Doug and Julie always knew where their money was coming from. You know, oh, excuse me. I don't know. I'm just a person that like consistency. Really, um, Sanford, what made you thought that they were going to let her go again? I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be too surprised. They got so many people in there. It just bloated as hell. Bloated as hell. I don't like it. I'm not even a huge Liz fan. I'm just like, why are y'all just treating her like you know, like she's on the same level as like Jocelyn and Trina. And don't get me wrong, Trina's trial needed to happen for just a couple of different reasons. But you would honestly sit there and think that if they're going to spend this much time with Trina and her trial, they couldn't sit there and do the same thing with Liz. Good. I get his stamp. I get his Stanford. I do like this version of Brit now. I didn't like the version of Brit that was like super obsessed to like Patrick and that whole Sabrina thing. I wasn't a fan of that. But I do like the new Brit. I like new Brit a lot. So Rob, yeah, you know what? You do got a point. Thank you, Kevo. Thank you. Hey Sandy Moore, how you doing today? Always good. Always a treat to have you in the chat. And Kevo, that's because of people like you. DC Sanctuary is in the chat. You are just on time. You are just on time, DC. Anytime you come in, you're on time. Yes, spam in the chat. Thank you, DC. Really appreciate it. Yes, DC. Everyone say what's up to DC because DC is killing it like usual. Come on, Kevo. Let's keep it chill. Um, you know what? Actually, tell you the truth, my birthday wish happened yesterday. I was good. I had a really great time, great night, just hanging out with some really great friends, and I didn't get too drunk. I didn't get drunk at all. Hey, DC, people are hollering at you in the chat, and James, if you go back, got some women that was meant they're trying to holler at you, DC. If you look at our first collab, you'll see the comment. So, um, come on, Cavo. How about we just not use that word again? I would really appreciate that because I don't want to time you out. Um, now I'm like lost my train of thought. But yeah, no, I actually had a really good day though. Yo, um, you know what? I liked it. I liked it. I knew she was. I thought she was actually just gonna chill out for a little bit. I thought she was actually just gonna chill out and she's gonna take a little bit longer. But now it's like, all right, you're coming back. You're using the mask. It was funny in the beginning, especially when she was like, "Mom is back." But then after that, it was like, why are you here for it? Can't you just go to Genoa City and start ruining their lives? Like, wouldn't that just be that'd be interesting? Did she start on there at one point? Go to Genoa City. They need some drama and stuff like that. Yes. But DC, when I okay, like I said, Sheila pulls the Joe. Okay, Sheila pulled the Joe. I'll just leave it at that. Rob says Sheila Carter is the best female villain in soap opera history. Okay, all right. I do like Sheila as a villain. I do. She plays that right amount of crazy. So I'm glad they didn't get rid of her. Because honestly, tell you the truth, just watching those scenes with Finn and Steffi, and God damn, those scenes are just so. Ugh. Yes, yes, Stanford. She's not. You know what, Kevin? That's a really good point. I just got to sit there and look at it. I'll take a look at it. It's probably a lot. I'm assuming a lot. I've been doing this for like 2 years though, or 3 years. I've lost count. Oh, DC, I didn't know that. Oh, thank you, Kevo. Well, like I said, Kevo, I appreciate you getting me there though. Like for real, thank you. You know what, DC Brooks stay annoying everyone, but show the Sheila though. Yeah, Kevo. Well, technically, I do. Well, you know, I'm not gonna really get into that because technically, I think I can't get into that. Um, but no, I want to thank you for helping out though. Black Mom, yeah, no, yeah, you're right. She did. I figured that Sheila was originally um a villain on YNR. What is good, Hills? How you doing today? Hope you're having a great day. Every time I sit there and say I hope you're having a great day, it reminds me of Brock TV's intro. Yes, DC. I'm like, bro, she literally is out of jail. She got a full pardon, and you're all just like, what do you mean you want to see your daughter? Dude, seriously? And then he's sitting there having a conversation. Then he having a conversation with Marlena, like, what do you want her to do? You want to chime in? You want to say no? Like, you know how Rachel feels about her mother, and you're like, Oh God. Yeah, hell. But I'm like, all right, Chloe, you want to sit there and be like, you sure you want to sit there and poke the bear? She keeps poking the damn bear with Sheila. I mean, with Chris. And I'm like, you're the wrong person to do that with. Why do you feel that way, DC? Made the mistake of. Hmm. You know what? Honestly, tell you the truth, I think I just answered my own damn question. You know, DC, I really do feel like if the parents and the family they weren't involved, they can sit there and just kind of talk. Yeah, no, that's what. And when you said that, when I said that, I was like, yeah, you know, I think I just answered my own question. But I'm just like, if they would just let the family and the parents know, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone else, like their parents, their family, just kind of like chill the hell out for like 5 seconds. They can probably come to a better compromise. PK has way more with KA and KKL. I'm not gonna lie, Hill. Excuse me. I don't know who you're talking about. Like KKL and TK. But Moore says she misses crazy. Thank you, 20. Thank you, 25. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, DC. I'm not exactly a fan of people using their kids as a way to get back together with someone. I mean, I know it's a soap opera thing. You got to use something, but something about that is just like not exactly a fan of. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Black Man. No, I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you, DC. But I'm also just like, you know, what's to make? Let's say a year and a half goes by, and Thomas is regular raising Douglas, and then Douglas says, "Oh, I miss Hope. Why can't she be here more often? Do you not miss me?" You know. I feel like it's just going to be just one of those things. I mean, this was an offhand comment. And although Thomas was like, I've been thinking about that for a while. Have you? Because it seemed kind of like you just go to this like 5 seconds ago. Yeah, I'm saying the same thing, DC. I was like, yo, why don't you just sit there and ask him what does he want? Instead, you got Steppy that just, I don't know, she needs some duct tape around her mouth or something. Like, Jesus Christ. Um, Taylor just agreeing and oh hell, you got a problem with Brooke's parenting skills? I want to know. I'm not being sarcastic. I generally want to know. I mean, when Brooke starts talking about cheating, then I'm just like, all right, Brooke, you need to kind of just stop. Um, this is what bothers me. But yeah, I mean, Thomas did come out of nowhere, but I feel like Oh, that's all right. Damn, DC, I didn't know that. Jesus Christ. I just know her for just, never. She always needs a man's attention from what a lot of people have said about Brooke. If it's Bill, if it's somebody, if it's Rich's brother, or if it's Rich, like she needs something. Needs something like right then and there. Does anyone know if Denise Richards' character is ever going to come back? Because I'm going to be honest, I didn't even know that was Denise Richards that was on the show. Yeah, Beauty. Yeah, she definitely does strike me as that. But so does, I mean, Alexis was like that for a while in GH. You know, he was constantly like that. Especially her little comments about Carly and how there's really like pretty much just letting their kids do whatever they want, as opposed to Alexis constantly just being like, Sandy Moore. Yeah, I do watch all the soaps. I do. I don't watch YNR that much, but you know, um, every now and then I will sit there and try to watch it. And this week on YNR was actually good. And she and Flo not coming back. Oh wow, Black Man. Okay, that's kind of a shame. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna be completely honest. The only reason why I actually like Flo is because of that one picture that they show in the intro, and everyone knows what I'm talking about. You know what, DC, you're right. And you know what? I'm not even gonna sit there and say anything else about it. I'm just not. Hell, but you know what? To be fair, a lot of times with any clips from like YNR or Days or whatever, they screen record stuff, and the quality always tends to go downhill once you screen record something and then put it up on YouTube. It's kind of like taping over a tape, or yeah, taping from a tape. If you have like two VCRs, the quality is just not going to come out the same. Oh, okay, damn. I do gotta watch that. And wait, Blackmon, who said that? Was it Eric? Because I know he had an interview with him at some point. Do you see that's my whole issue with this whole Diane, Phyllis, Ashley, and Nikki thing. I'm like, yo, y'all women don't got anything else better to do with your time than sit there and run Diane out of town for things that she did like 20 something years ago. They're all sitting up there at the I was gonna sit there and say the Metro Court. They're all at the Grand Phoenix, sitting up there sipping drinks and everything like that, talking about how you're gonna run somebody out of town. I'm like, don't you got like hobbies or jobs or something like that? Like, really? Oh, okay. Not wow. Knots Landing. Okay. I remember seeing little clips of that of Knots Landing. Okay. All right, Blackman. I gotta sit there and check that out. this is so. But oh, I love Y&R, and that would be kind of interesting. Sanford, a Y&R and GH Russell. I mean, both of those shows do have a lot of characters on each one. Rob, you don't like the what you don't like about the what you don't like about the Nate and Davon storyline? Because honestly, tell you the truth, for me, that was kind of the best one. Okay, can some? All right, what is wrong with the? I guess because for me personally, um, this show has been so stale in general that those two actually having that meeting and having that argument was like the highlight, but literally the highlight of that episode. So, I mean, I'm not knocking anyone if you don't like it. I just want to know why people don't like the Nate and Davon part of the story. But Devon, Nate was being too sensitive. Nate was being too overconfident. Nate was being kind of arrogant. I mean, I could just kind of go on and on and on, but Black Mine, yes, I want Eric. I want Susan Lucci back on daytime. She needs to be back on daytime like yesterday. Um, but if you know Susan Lucci, you know, um, her husband passed. So, yo, Rob, yeah, I'm just like, yo, Elena, why don't you sit there and just dip on that dude? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I don't feel like she threw him under the bus, but it made him think that if he can't get an idea past Davon, then he can just sit there and go to Lily and get it approved. I'm like, that's not how you do things. What is good, Shakira? Thank you for joining the chat. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a great day. Um, yeah, and that was something that I didn't like. He was like, "Oh well, Lily took my idea." I was like, "Okay, well, you don't work under Lily. You work under me." I literally felt like Devon was talking to somebody who was like 12 years old, and just felt like he just knew it all. And I think that's what I kind of enjoyed about it. And the most was just like, Nate, you're an idiot. On top of that, you having this girl that's crushing on you. Elena is pissed off about that, and you're sitting there trying to make her feel like she's the villain in this whole thing. So on one hand, obviously I'm loving it because of the drama, but also I'm just like, Nate, you're an idiot. Yeah, DC. Yes, that is true. That is true. Nate is definitely struggling. He may not realize it, but he's definitely struggling. And he's calling the things that he's doing like little mistakes. I'm like, bro, that's not a little mistake. You're a new company, and you're showing the world that you people are incompetent. Just because Lily seems like she has a more softer hand approach doesn't mean that, at the end of the day, I'm like, what are you doing? But I'm loving it though. I didn't I didn't love how Chance practically just dropped the investigation. You know that he literally caved to peer pressure. I wasn't a fan of that. Yeah, yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it's DC. That's why I was trying to say. I was like, Y&R, when GH is kind of failing me, Y&R is kind of picking up the slack. Besides the whole Trina trial, which is something else. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree, DC, I do. But he seems like a person that's like very moral and principled. So for him to just sit there and be like, telling Abby, listen, I got to follow the law. I gotta do what's right. I gotta do what's right in my heart. And then Abby is going back and forth. No, no, no. I would never sit there and tell you what to do. But don't you think you sit there and drop this whole thing? What? Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I agree, DC. I do. But and I guess they just want to sit there and wrap it up. To be honest, I really feel like they want to just wrap up this whole Ashland storyline. Otherwise, just the way it. Well, I could sit there and do this, and I could do that, and I could bring it up. It's like, and you probably should because it's your job. But okay, sure, I guess we can do that too. Yeah, Shakira. Hell, any scene with Kristen is always great. It's always a pleasure, and I'm just loving it. Yes, DC. I remember you were saying something about the custody battle that was going to happen, but then you just dropped that whole thing. I specifically remember you talking about that a couple of times, and then the way that Chance dropped this whole thing, I was like, it seems kind of familiar. Seems kind of familiar. Yeah. Oh man, this is such a fun stream. No, this really is a fun stream, regardless of the fact I keep blowing my goddamn nose. Okay. I guess I'll agree to disagree to some extent because um, in some cases it has been boring, but it's been picking up. It's been picking up more than I thought it would. I don't know. I guess because maybe they had a bit of tension and they had something that I was like, you know what? Even if they're doing a better job in what they've been doing, I guess I'm giving them more praise and maybe they more praise than they probably should be worth getting. I was just here to say, but I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it this week, and next week Chelsea once again, like with Ray, is getting way too close to another man that's attached. Let's just put it that way. What was the worst soap of the week? You know what? And I hate to sit there and say this, GH, GH, GH was the worst one. You know what, DC? You could have saw me there. That does make sense. I was there and I was back and I was sitting there doing reviews. Get yourself in trouble, DC. Um, yeah, no, GH was definitely the worst of the week. Yes, it was. It was. And I think the thing that again that pisses me off the most is that they got potential. They got the whole Liz storyline. Okay, so Trina stuff is done. Let's get into the Liz stuff now. Let's get into Austin and what's going on with these shady guys. Let's start to get something going on with Spinelli and Maxie. Seeing how you got Britt leaving, they need to really step it up instead of doing this montage. this montage, you got Chase that's practically shaking his ass in front of a child, and just, whew, a little heated there. Yeah, yeah, wouldn't that be kind of weird? Somebody was meant to saying that too. Somebody was like, can you imagine if they were like kind of related, like brother or sister? And that whole lusting for each other as far as looks would just kind of go down to, kind of weird and awkward. I think it's going to be DC. I think it's going to be a recast. But yeah, no, DC. Molly has again. Molly has been there from jump. Okay, I literally watched her grow up when they did this whole thing with Molly, busting that judge who was a racist bleepity bleep bleep. I was like, okay, cool. Now they're getting her into something. This judge could be crazy, and they got a lot of power, a lot of influence. What could wind up happening like that? Does something happen with TJ or anything like that? Nope, nope. They just and then she was gone, just like that. She grew up on this show. What are you doing with this character? I feel like they're just playing tag upstairs at this point. Yes, Black Mind. A lot of people were sitting there thinking about that too. I mean, granted, there was one scene where they were just both in the bed, just not doing anything. But my point is, they did this whole thing when they got these people together through all the odds, and they're finally back together. And now she's just like, "Yep, I'm leaving." Yo, what? What do you mean you leaving? Like for a couple months? No, I'm just leaving the show. DC, I call him Slick Rick. Okay. I used to always call him Slick Rick. I miss Rick Lansing. For people that probably already know, the actor that plays Rick and um, Elizabeth, or the actress that plays Elizabeth, they're married in real life. Yes, Sanford, I do remember you wrote that in the comment section. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense in some way. She is following after her mother's footsteps. Um, Being active and law and everything like that. So it makes sense. It works. It works when you really think about it. So I ain't mad at it. I just wish they would do something with Molly because she's been there for a good while, and she's a fairly decent actress. So like, give her something to do. The thing is with these stories, and the reason why I was that they're putting stuff like now more is the actor that plays Rick Lanson. Um, the reason why I was that they titled this chat, why these episodes sucking so much. You got a show that's been on the air for like 50 something years, give or take, and now is going to Peacock. People are flipping out, they're losing their ish. It's just like, what is going on? The sky is falling. Oh, more. Yeah, but and it's weird because I think I saw that like am I wrong? Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm just sitting there laughing. I'm just losing my damn mind. It's great. Thank you, Eagle Fang. Thank you so much, Eagle Fang. You rock. Um, yes. What the hell is that? No, the reason why I was not titling this whole stream or whatever is like these shows are sucking is because you would think that they would step it up since one show who has been on the air for so long is now leaving the airwaves. And I'm like it's like GH is just sleeping behind the wheel. Traditional television is dying. It's done. It's dead. You know, most people got streaming services, and I was talking to one of my coworkers, and she was like, said she was paying $300 for cable vision. I'm like, are you out of your seriously? Wilding out, DC. Yes, Eagle Fang, and that's when she was sitting there saying, "Oh well, if it ain't broken, don't fix it." I'm like, what? Um, I'll actually tell you the truth. My just my ideal in general were for them to sit there and start getting into the Liz storyline, get into that, and not sit there and take so long in these baby steps of what they're doing because they have some interesting stuff that's going on, like the guys showing up for Austin and Maxie and Spinelli. But it took so long for these guys to get there, and they've been wanting him to come back for a while. You're just now coming. You're now coming over there to get him. Blackmon, that is very interesting. That is possible. It's been on the air for so long that I feel like that would just make sense. Just do the jump. Eagle Fang, she definitely likes the bad boys. Okay, that's why she kept sitting there making her little jokes about Dante being all, goody two shoe and stuck with the law and everything like that because she's not used to following rules. That's why they clashed in the beginning so much because of that. They clashed so much because of that in the beginning. Like, why are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, the Sam and Jason and breakup never tracked me. It never made sense. She just decided one day that she was like, after the floating rib thing, nope, that's it. I was about to say, chat. Michael gets shot in the head, and it's hmm, Morgan gets blown up in a car. Really? Yeah, DC. I mean, it seems like they just came out of nowhere. That they're trying to put them back together. Yeah, Sanford, and I know that you are a Liz fan. I'm not a super huge Liz fan, but I'll definitely be interested to sit there and watch, see what's going on. Yeah, Eagle Fang. A lot of people felt like that. A lot of people. I wasn't one of them, but I know a lot of people felt like they had something going on. Um, and it made more sense for Austin to be with Britt for some odd reason. Yeah, Eagle Fang. I don't know. I wouldn't sit there and say he's clingy, but he's overcompensating because of his wife. Let's put it that way. But Liz is also just being kind of frustrating with that since she checked herself in, and then it's like she checked herself into a mental clinic. She's out and about, and she's acting like everything is fine. Yeah, you're right. You're right, DC. I feel like they should just recast. I feel like they should just do that. I know it's going to be a trip to sit there and get used to the new Brit, but this is what wound up happening when you have a show that comes on every day. Eagle Fang, you know what? I'll give you some label with that because even Gregory was like, you gotta sit there and respect her feelings and her boundaries. Yeah, DC, and that's the thing, and here's the thing, DC. It's not just that show. It's that show. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them, and the YNR comes to mind whenever I sit there and think of like pointless talking scenes that go nowhere. But GH has been doing that a lot too, like with the Davis girls. Interesting, more interesting. Um, like a lot of people like the scene with the Davis girls, but it was like, okay, they're not really doing anything. Though. I mean, it's great to sit there and see them all there, but they're not doing anything. And people talked about how like that was like the highlight of the episode. And I'm not knocking anyone for that, but for me personally, I'm just like, it was a pointless talking scene when they just gave updates and Sam was like, "Well, if it's not broken, don't fix it." Sam, you need to kind of do something with this because this is not working. And you got Dante that's all like second guessing himself. Maybe I shouldn't. Like, bro, Dante, you do not need to start whining like Nick on YNR. Yeah, DC. That comes with having way too many people on the show. Way too many people on the show. Yep, Sanford. And that's why I titled the stream. These episodes have been sucking these week, and it's like this is a time they should be stepping up. And instead, they're just like, "Eh, we're good, we're fine, we're on the air." It's like, for how long? DC, you know what? I can't remember either. I really can't remember, and I really can't remember. That's a damn good question. I really wish I had the answer for that, but I don't. Cannot remember. I think the only one that's only stuff that's actually kind of memorable right now is the Y&R stuff with Chelsea and Days because they're bringing back Stefan into Sunny retires Sanford. Yeah, that's one of the big talking points that me and DC was meant to talking about was not just Sunny retiring, but I mean Maurice Bernard just like kind of ending and going soon. No, not really. 25, not really. I can't sit there and say I am. No, to be honest, I'm not even a fan of Raven Simone. So yeah, me either. Yeah, me too. DC. You know what, DC? I know you're sitting there saying that as a joke, but there's a lot of people that is not a fan of his new character, the way it's going. Hell, he was on live. He was on live on Instagram, and I guess he was sitting there trying to ask people, hey, you want to sit there and come on live? You want to talk to me? And a couple of people in the chat were sitting there saying, "Oh, you're being desperate. You're being desperate to sit there and talk to someone. Like, what are you bored or lonely or something like that?" I'm like, bro, he's literally giving you a chance to sit there and talk with him. You know, I don't know how hard it is to sit there and book him for an interview, but if I got a chance to sit there and talk to him, Tamara, or anyone else, I would sit there and jump at that. But with Maurice, They were just going in on it. Yep, Sanford, I agree. Now, DC, I know you're putting like laughing emojis, but do you really think that And this is a question for everyone. Do you think that if Maurice Bernard leaves, that GH would just be done? Or I 100% agree with you. And plus, I love me some Miss Wu. So if we get more scenes of her, that would be amazing. I would love it. Um, but yeah, does okay. Do you think? And this is a question for everyone. Do you think that Maurice leaves, that GH would just be done? More, you are killing it, and sadly, you do have a point. Yes, here's the thing. I would sit there and watch it regardless. I would watch it regardless. Even when Jason left years ago, I would have been like, no. But now, yeah, Karen, yes, I'm with it. I'm with Miss Wu being in the future. I'm loving it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, DC, that is true. That is true. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't see GH just going downhill simply because Maurice is leaving. Yeah, but DC didn't. Okay, and granted, this is just a rumor, but I heard the first actor that played Lucky wanted to leave because it was just too mob. It was very heavy at the time, and he wasn't really a fan of that. If it wasn't the Jonathan something, but if it wasn't him, I know it was somebody else that was like they weren't really a fan of the whole mob stuff. So I feel like that person who said it, maybe it was the actor or whatever, they're not alone in that. They're not. They're not alone in that. To be honest with you, they're not alone in that. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, Jonathan Jackson. On a side note, I did love his character on Nashville. That was a great show. If anyone is looking for a recommendation, Nashville. Hmm. Okay. All right, DC. You may be onto something. I may not like it, but you may be onto something now. Yeah, one of my friends got me into watching Nashville. I actually have to. I think I only watched a couple episodes, but I got to sit there and finish watching that show because they had some really great songs. Oh my god. I can see that. I can see that, Sanford. I can see that, Sanford. Yes, Nashville was that show. And then they got it renewed, and then they did like one more year, but whatever. Um, Karen, it was. Listen, I normally don't sit there and rock with country music, but I was loving it, so it definitely changed my view. Yeah, yeah. I know what the sad thing is, DC. I'm not even to saying that you're wrong. I'm just meant to saying I don't like it. I don't like it. All right, let's just be very clear. I don't like it. But I'd be lying if I didn't sit there and say you had a point. I don't know. I feel like maybe a couple years ago I would have been one of those people. Um, that was like, if Jason is on the show, I'm not going to watch it. Yes, Sanford. You know, it amazes me that I wish I was not there doing reviews back then because that definitely would have been a show I would have loved reviewing. And then they have that blonde woman, something with a P. She was on Heroes. I love that woman. You know who I'm talking about if you watch Nashville. She has blonde hair and yeah. But yeah, no, I would have been in that camp though. Um, what's the name of that actress? I think it's like Peyton or something. I can't pronounce her name. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. You know what? I guess that's true in some circles. In a lot of circles, I would sit there and say, I wouldn't be too surprised. I wouldn't be too surprised, Karen. Yes, DC. Yes, I love that woman. Everyone talks about Guiding Light. Gotta watch. I gotta sit down and just watch a few minutes of Guiding Light. I don't know when I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna sit there and try to do that at some point. And I can't even sit there and say that tomorrow because tomorrow after my soaps, I'm literally just gonna sit there and try to catch up the movies that I have not gotten chance time to watch, and I'm looking forward to that. Big bucket of ice cream, Reese's Pieces. Yeah, honestly, tell you the truth, a lot of people say, didn't that show come on at like 10 o'clock? That was the show that came on 10 o'clock on CBS. Yes, Sanford. Yes, thank you. I love that woman. And I'm not really into like celebrities like that, but um, yeah, Guiding Light, Another World, as Another World turns. But talking about all these old soap operas, like remember when this show was on? Remember when that show was on? And it's like are we, I don't want to get to a point where we're just like, remember when GH was on? 25, yes. It doesn't. And I'll be lying if I didn't sit there and say I've used it before. Especially if I watch something like if I watch the Boondocks, that word would just come up. Yes, Stanford. Heroes, the indestructible cheerleader, and that guy from This Is Us. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. At 25, I'm not proud of using that word, but I've used it before. Um, which also makes me a hypocrite. So there is that. There is that. I don't know. I just feel like some of these shows need to really step it up. They need to step it up with their stories. I get that because it's every day. They always got to make sure that they have material. I do. I get that. But when you have these pointless talking scenes and it starts to become a trend, yes, Milo. You know what? I would sit there and go as far as saying that Milo played the best dad. You know, of our time. Everyone like they go to like Alan Dick and everything like that, but I will always give it to Milo for playing the best father figure on TV in general. That's period. Okay, this guy was actually having me in tears in the first season, and that's when I didn't even really know the character that much. You know. Anyway, yeah, DC, I can say the same. I can say the same. I can say the same. And it's, you know, this is one of those things where it's like, in the beginning, I used to do my days reviews before GH because my days reviews had higher numbers. Now GH has higher numbers, but I'm like, what are we doing? You know? Yes, Sanford, the first and second season had me in tears. Third season, not so much, but then the fourth season, the first episode, I'm bawling out my eyes. I was like, here we go again. Um, no, DC, this is an actor that is on a show called This Is Us, and he was also on another show called Heroes. No, no, Milo. No, Milo never played the greatest dad of all time. Um, but yeah, no, I don't know. They need to step it up. They need to step it up. I will just sit there and keep saying that they need to step it up, step their game up, put out these, stop doing these pointless talking scenes, stop having, these stupid montage scenes of like fashion and a camcorder that I haven't seen in like years. Here's the thing. I get that they got to put in a bit of levity into it, but I'm just like, God. Oh yeah, yeah. No, DC, without a doubt. I love Stephen A. Smith. I love Stephen A. Smith. The sad thing is that I wish I could watch him more, but I'm not a sports person. So if he was to talk about anything else other than sports, I would love it. I would love it if he talked about anything other than sports. I'm just not a sports person, but I do love his character, and I love that he has genuine love for the show. That he grew up watching the show. He watched it with his parents or whatever. Like, this isn't somebody who just like, yeah, whatever. I mean, a job is a job, whatever. Like, no, there is a bit of anytime that somebody's a fan of something and they're on a show of it, I think is great. It's kind of like the actress that plays Miss Marvel. She's a fan. Even though she plays a fangirl, she's a fan in real life. So it always it comes across as a lot more real, you know, more relatable. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, they need to step it up. Yeah, I still can't picture Snoop Dogg on a soap opera, but um, Carol Burnett was on AMC. Okay, I mean, I that's probably the one show I didn't watch was AMC. Um, but I mean, like I said, people liked it. I didn't know some characters like Adam and Stewart, and of course, you got well Kelly Ripa and Mark. Last name I'm not going to bother to say because I don't want to butcher his name. But yeah, I mean they yeah Snoop Dogg. But here's one of those things though. Somehow I feel like that can also backfire. Like you have this actor or this famous person, they come on the show and they're doing like a couple of weeks or whatever, right? And then people jump on there. That was cool if they could get them to stay, But then it's one of those things where it's like if they leave, that just means they're only on the show because of that actor. It's in some ways I can sit there and say maybe it's kind of a double edged sword, though, you know. And I've seen people just like, oh, I was only watching because Snoop Dogg or the actress that plays Paulina. And then she goes, and then people are just like, all right, well, I'm not gonna bother to watch anymore. But I feel like people who do that though aren't real fans, and I will sit there and say that much. Yeah, no, no, no. That's always the gamble. Yeah, Karen. Yeah, we were definitely talking about that earlier, especially Eagle Fang. Eagle Fang is livid. They're starting to pick up with Austin. I will say that much. They got the guy there. He's adding a bit of pressure. He's adding some tension. And Max is just like, yeah, you want to sit there and go to the picnic with us? Are you hosting this picnic? Like, yes, Rob. Because it's like, what the hell happened to Novak? Joey, even though Joey was, well, he was a punk, but he brought tension to the show. Um, it's like bringing back somebody like Manny. No, that actor scares me. Yeah, DC, yeah, I love Top Manning, but it's weird because I can sit there and say I love Top Manning, but how does that play in today's world? We all know what Top Manning was accused for, or what he did. Yeah. DC, people would definitely agree with you on the Top Manning thing. When you look at Top Manning and you look at what he did, I guess the question really becomes: it's weird to sit there and say I'm a fan of his, knowing what he did, and it starts with RA blah 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 blah. I don't want to say it because I don't want this video to be demonetized, but we all know what he did, and it's just kind of weird. And I heard that they actually had a toy line. Yeah, yeah, Black Mon. Yeah, Carly. Oh, she played a Carly. Okay, on Out of World Turns. Okay. Um, but Maureen also was on Y&R. Yeah, DC. No, no, I mean I get that, but like reformed or not, like yeah, exactly. Some people. That's what I said. Some people can. Some people can sit there and be like, you've grown, you changed, you apologize, you atone, and some people can't get past it. Franco. There was people that still didn't like Franco to this day, um, because of what Franco did to Michael, and even though he wasn't directly involved with it. Oh, more. They were supposed to have a toy line for Todd, like a doll, a doll thing or whatever for Todd. But they shelved it because what his alleged crime was. So they literally just stopped it. It was the Todd Manning doll, and they stopped it because of that. And I remember reading that on Wikipedia and being like, and of course I checked my sources or whatever, but yeah, they just it was done. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, no, no. I mean, deadbeats are definitely terrible, terrible people. Now, with the whole deadbeat thing, Luke never wanted to have kids. Okay, he never wanted to have kids. He never wanted to be a father. Um, but the other thing, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you look at that, and again, I'm not saying that they're trying to get demonetized, but you look at YouTubers that do things, and then people forgive them, and some people don't. So, okay, yeah, and Rob Moore and DC, I'm not knocking you. I think it's just everyone's different. Everyone's tolerance, forgiveness, separation, whatever you want to call it. They, you know, and I don't knock anyone for that. You know, it just for me, it's just kind of weird. But also, um, Ty Treadway, the guy who played Colin, that was another one of my favorite characters. I heard that dude is doing real estate now. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I like Alex's character, DC. I do. I just couldn't deal with Ali and Chanel. Yeah, no, DC. I like Alex. I do. I genuinely really do like Alex. The scenes that they put him in are questionable. Okay, they're questionable. Like the whole, I don't know, their little date with Ali and Chanel and then Gabby and or scenes where he just has no shirt on for like no reason. You're in the middle of the goddamn living room and you got your shirt off. Like, really? I gave him a pass when he was from the pool, but I'm like, come on, bro, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, no, like the shirtless scenes, they're getting to a point where it's like, all right, bro, we all know what he looks like without a shirt on. Yeah, yeah, no, I get it. I get it more. Trust me. Like I said, I don't knock you. I don't knock you for that. I don't. Yeah, just like some of these annoying, and mostly for the fact that it's like, how do you sit there and he never said he was hanging out with Chanel and Ali. He just said that he's taking them out, like he's taking them out on a date, but they're together. Yeah, Rob. No, I definitely I get that, and it makes the character very relatable when you don't want to be like the person who raised you, and I love that. You know. Um, on GH, I think my favorite one on GH is okay. That is without a doubt the Jerry Jack's water pathogen storyline. I'll always sit there and put it as my top favorite because it involved everyone. Um, and it was just good seeing people work together with each other. Oh, currently, oof. I'll have to think about that one. I don't even know. I think that, the problem is I think the stories are all just like okay. Now with Days, I'm definitely gonna sit there and say it's bringing back Stefan. It's definitely bringing back Stefan and Shen. That stuff is great. Oh yeah, I forgot Black Mind. He was on AMC. Him, the actress that plays or that played Lonnie was on there also because I remember the intro. Okay, that's it. Oh, you like the Luke and Laura stuff? You know what? I will sit there. Yeah, Sanford. I will sit there and definitely say I do like the Ava and Asme stuff with Ryan. You want? Thank you. The Strangler. Okay. Rob is going old school. Okay. All right. I like it. I like it. And thank you, Sanford, because I really did have to sit there and think about that for a minute. Now, if I'm going to be honest, I do like I like the story. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like the stories more on days than GH right now, but they're not terrible. So, yeah, DC, but you knew the backlash, though. You knew the backlash. The backlash is going to be big. Backlash is going to be big, and it was not going to do that. And more, if you're still in here, you know what I'm talking about. They were not going to sit there and send her to jail. So they did it, and I don't want to sit there and say very cartoony. Say, I want to sit there and say they did it in a very cartoony way, but they did the best possible thing that they can do to make it work. And it is what it is. It's done now. So, um, but I do. I'm wanting to know what's going to go on with Esme. I do think that she's an interesting character. You damn right, more they didn't want the smoke, okay? They did not want the smoke. And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't enjoy I would have enjoyed it for the story as far as what was gonna go on with her behind bars, how they were to get her out. Um I would have enjoyed that part. Obviously I don't enjoy watching any person, not just black, but any person go to jail for something that they didn't commit. But storyline wise, I wouldn't have minded. But I knew they were gonna take it there. One, the backlash, and two, it's been lasting for a while. Can you imagine if they actually put her in jail? And we all hear Snitcher talking about how stuff is just dragging on for far too long. Yeah, yeah, DC. What's my damn drink at? But yeah, you know, in so many ways, I'm glad that I did this YouTube channel now. And if I did this, I don't know, a couple years ago, because a couple of years ago. Oh, by the way, my thing is saying my connection is unstable. So if it's acting up, please let me know. Is the stream good right now? I know it's kind of a dumb question, but it's saying that my connection is unstable. So um, just everyone let me know if this okay, good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now it kind of reminds me I should probably get high faster internet speed. That is on my to-do list just right now. Yes, DC. Yes. Yeah. I don't know what the hell. Oh, that's what I was listening to this saying real quick. I'm glad that I did this YouTube channel now. Because if I did it back then, I just well, first of all, I probably just would have. You know, I'm a better person now. Let's put it that way. Yeah, DC. Yeah, I mean, we could say that about so many different things as far as make it make sense. You know, but I mean, I guess at some point we're gonna get back to the whole Felicia stuff and the whole Esme stuff. That should be interesting. Must have been partying like her cousin. Okay. You know the text message killer was such a long time ago. I think this might have been my first or second year in college when that stuff started going down. And then you had the whole Nicholas and somebody who was like a twin of his, even though they weren't related. I don't know. I miss those days. I really, really, really miss those days. Mander. Okay, I'm gonna call you being Mendor, if that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, and I agree with you, Mendor. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Wow, yeah, DC, a hardcore fan. I miss those days because I mean, I was so much of a fan of these shows that when SoapNet was around, I would rewatch them. I would sit there and literally rewatch stuff on GH and One Life to Live, and it was amazing. Thank you, Mandor. Thank you, because I'm really bad with names, which is why the person I called Jay, I called her Jay, or called him Jay because I didn't know how to pronounce that person's name. Um, but I don't know. I like I said, I was so much of a hardcore fan back then. Yeah, DC, that's one of the things about technology. It started working against us. It started working against us. Um, Hell, it even worked against Trina. When you think about it, as far as the recording and everything like that went, it worked against her. Um, I don't know. I was just such a hardcore fan back then. Even my friends would be like, "Oh, I can't believe you sat there watching soap operas." Like, yeah, but I want to get a couple of my friends into watching it, particularly all my children. One of my friends used to actually love watching all my children and More Like Live. But times worked against us though. Diego Alcazar, yes, Diego Alcazar. It's funny. A couple weeks ago, I finished watching Lost in Space. If you love sci-fi and family, a show you can watch with your family, watch Lost in Space for Netflix. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, he's on that show now. And I was sitting there thinking about his character from way back. And of course, I think about Alcazar whenever I watch B&B. Yeah, no, yeah, Mandor, they were doing that for a while. Then he just kind of dropped the storyline. I'm like, what the hell, Mr. Craig? Oh, Mr. Craig, see, I missed that. I missed that. Even thinking about that stuff, having that energy, I missed that so much. Plus, the actor scares. Well, he's intimidating. Okay, I don't care if he's Jerry Jacks or if he's Michael Michelson. If you know what show I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Yes, that was must TV. That was must see TV. That was an event. That was a whole week event. And now we get fashion montages. See my face? Isn't it amazing how we just went down memory lane and then we got right back here and we're just like, so on GH this week, huh, guys? Yes, more. Yes, yes. DC. He was also on Psych. I can't remember his name, but he was good. He was good. I liked him. He was good. I think that's when we had a different car leader at the time. Yeah, yeah. Even though yeah, you're right, DC. Even though some people complain, oh, there's too much mob stuff going. I'm like, well, the numbers are going up, so I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like the numbers are going up, so like, yes, Psych. I used to love Psych. Me and my friend, we used to like that was our show. Okay, that was our show. That was like me and her show. And when I tried to watch it with somebody else, it just was. It just didn't hit the same. But oh, great! I think it's raining outside. Um, Psych was great. That's when the USA Network was great. Hey Jay, what's going on? I was just explaining in the chat room that because I can't pronounce your name, I just call you Jay, and I hope you're okay with that because um, I'm gonna have to sit there and come up with something new. Um, I don't know. That's Psych. Psych reminds me of when USA Network was actually good. UPN show. You know what? I like a lot of comedy on there. Um, Thank you more. I do actually have my Peacock Network subscription. Um, but yeah, Jay, to answer your question, I would sit there and say Malcolm and Eddie. I used to love comedies back in the day. So Malcolm in the Middle, Malcolm and Eddie. It was another show I used to love watching. And it was like a black comedy show. Um, and there's like these guys who's like in space or something like that. UPN, you brought me back. What comes on UPN anymore? Seriously, what does anyone know what comes on UPN? I don't have a cable box. Being dead ass serious. No, 25 I don't, but it's actually on my PlayStation. And I know it's free. So I may actually look into that. Thank you, 25. Yes, Jay, they did. And it's funny, Jay. Some people was to talk about how well, I know one person was like they didn't like the fact they merged together because they didn't like the shows that they did. But I mean, Jay, what comes on UPN now though? All of us. Okay. All right. All right. UPN. You know, there's a joke for what they used to call UPN, and unfortunately, I can't say it now. Uh, I can tell you the first couple of lines. Underpaid, fill in blank. Okay. Underpaid, fill in blank. Just DC shows. Yeah. 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 Jay. No, no. I mean, Jay, you're right. You're right. And it's funny. Except for All American, I do love the first two shows. Oh, okay. Black Mon, yes, yes. I'm glad you're in the chat because you know what I'm. Okay, you're in it. You're in it. You're in it. But I mean, like I said, UPN. There was a point that UPN was actually really fun to watch. Hell, they used to actually have some soap operas on UPN, and now I think it's just court shows or whatever. I guess Judge Judy or Judge, one of those damn judges. Yeah, you know who reviews that, Jay? Brock TV sometimes. I don't know. I liked a lot of the DC shows and Legacies, which I'm still pissed off that they canceled. And I feel like CW is going to turn into the geriatric. How you describe people that are older? It's going to be for them. You know what, Blackmon? I did like Moesha. I don't know, it's weird. I didn't remember the Parkers too much, but I do remember Moesha. Like Moesha, I was a huge fan of Martin. I never got into the Fresh Prince of Bel Air though, even though I'm a huge Will Smith fan. Yeah, even after the whole Smack thing, I'm still a huge fan of his. Um, it's so weird. Like back in the day, I used to love comedies. Now I don't really watch a lot of comedies anymore, unless it's like Family Guy. And Jay, yeah, I couldn't get into the reboot. I'm like, if it's not Chuck Norris, and I'm just not. Nah, DC, I didn't. It's for me, it's hard because when it comes down to, it's like, yo, no one can do Will Smith except for Will Smith, and I can appreciate that they're trying to do something. Yes, 25. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm actually looking forward to that. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, no, I appreciate the darker spin in DC. Now I'm starting to think about that darker spin. They did on SNL. They did like a fake reboot of what they would do at Family Matters. I know we got a I guess this chat called Hangout tomorrow. So I'm gonna try it, see what it's like, and if it's fun, we'll go from there. Yeah, yeah, Black Man. I mean, I don't, I don't know. No one can do Carlton or whoever his character was, other than I can't do it, can't do it. And then they got this different version of Uncle Phil, and I'm like, okay, I get it. It's for a younger generation, so they're gonna make him good looking. But I'm like, bro, he's not Uncle Phil. Like, come on, it's just no, no. Anyway, what I was gonna say was they did a skit. If it would be like with Family Matters, if it was like serious, you gotta watch it. It's funny as hell. DC, you know what it comes down to? People people don't want to gamble on an original project. Yeah, Jay, you kind of missed out a little bit, but I appreciate you having me back. Um, People don't want to gamble on anything new. They don't want to gamble on anything new. They don't want to gamble on any new movies or anything like that. So they're just rebooting and remaking it because that's money that's going to go down the drain if people don't watch it. So yeah, but you know what, DC? I'm not happy about that. I mean, people don't want to. What I was going to sit there and say? People don't want to sit there. People are afraid of taking chances. My least favorite. Oh, that's easy. That's easy, Jay. And I think everyone knows my least favorite. I've been watching this channel for a minute. I'm gonna give you a second. Um, my least favorite recast. Does anyone? If you've been watching the channel, no. I'll just go and say it. Christina. Christina was. I was gonna sit there and say Carly, but Christina was just the worst. First, her character was already driving me up a wall. I didn't like the way that the actress played her, even though I love Lindsay Morgan. Watched 100. Um, but I just didn't like it. I was not a fan of it. So yeah, that would have to be my worst recast. Because even Nina, I grew to like that version of Nina. And I guess it just works so well because Nina and Carly just bounced off each other because their prior work together. So I don't know. Nina I don't like, but the actress that played her was fine. Yep, DC, that's the one. More, yes, I love me some Raven. Ah, the good old days. Funny more. Somebody, when I was on a bus one day going to work, and I looked over and somebody was watching the 100 on their phone, and he was like really into it. And I tapped him on the shoulder, was like, "It's a good show, you know, you know." Yeah, well, I can dig that. I can dig that. I can dig that. Tyler, Tyler, Tyler Christopher. I feel like at that point in time, I don't know why, but I felt like they was kind of making him a little bit Bruce Wayne. I mean, his butler was Alfred. Let's just all think about that for a minute. He was rich. He had a butler named Alfred. I feel like there was some gadgets that was should have been somewhere. Yeah, Black Mom. Cindy killed it. Okay, I listen. With that, I can separate the actor from the actress. Separate the actor from the actress or actor. Yeah, no, Jay, I get it. I get it. You know. And you know what? Honestly, tell you, the truth, I can't even knock you for that. Yes, he was brooding. Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind Tyler Christopher. I thought he did an amazing job as Nicholas, and I think that's why when I think he was on, he was either on Days. I just, I don't know. I got so used to him being Nicholas that I couldn't see him really doing anything else, and that's on me, not the actor. You know, speaking of actor or an actress, swapping or whatever, it's like Connie. You think they're annoying? Gen Z, not really. I think that sometimes they have. You mean Gen Z, like as far as like Generation Z, like the new people that are coming up? I want to make sure I answer the question correctly before I just um guess what it is. You know what, DC? In a lot of ways, I will. I think they got back 25. I would sit there and say a lot of times they act like they lived and they experienced stuff. Like they'll sit there and try to judge you. Like like Jocelyn will sit there and try to be judging her mom, Carly on mistakes and things like that. And I'm like, you haven't lived yet. You haven't had those experiences. To sit there and tell your mother, oh, well, you're an enabler, this, that, and the third. Like, who are you? So yeah, in some ways, yeah, I can sit there and say it can be kind of annoying. Um, but yeah, DC, in a lot of ways, as much as I love Steve, Billy brought out a different side to Jason. That I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not into saying I'm not into saying all Gen Zs because even millennials like myself can be pretty annoying. So I'm not saying that about across the board. Um, But yeah, no, Billy brought out a different side to Jason that I did like. And he put Sam, his family first. You know, he wasn't always running to Carly for to clean up her mess. So I did appreciate the stuff that Billy brought to the table. Hell, he would laugh. When I remember when he started laughing, I was like, I don't remember Jason ever laughing, or Steve ever laughing. So, um, but yeah, no, I get you, Jay. And no, DC, I don't think you're crazy about that. DC, what role is Michael playing? Okay, I want to get that in context, DC. Yeah, Rob. I mean, it's. I'm not knocking you if you like it. It's a little kind of weird for me. It's. Okay. Weird means as in like almost as bad as um. It's like when he put Sam with Patrick. It was like we just don't know what the hell we do at this point anymore. Oh, more you didn't like I can't remember his name. Justin something. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, Disney. I guess I can take your word for it. When I started watching it, um, no, when I started watching it, um, I only know this version, so I have to take your word for it. He wasn't twisted enough. Okay, more how how twisted do you like your characters? I'm kind of being dead ass serious too. Um, sorry, I'm just sending a text to my father. Okay, I will take your word for it. So I'm just sending a quick text. They recast so many characters on Passions. Hmm. Um, I mean, and how do you? Hmm, I don't know. I guess I can't really sit there and ask that question. More. See, this is why I rock with more. This is why I rock with more. I would just sit there and say that. Yeah, yeah, that works. And I feel like at that point I would replace you in the writing room for somebody else. I'm being dead ass serious. Poor Charles, yeah. Like I said, they need to sit there and just take somebody out and just put you right in there. Yeah, DC. See, that was that was the one thing that to this day I still just don't like. You know, and I know it was a while ago, but when Sam watched Jake get kidnapped and only says something a couple years after, I never really understood how Jason was able to just forget that. You know, like it always rubbed me the wrong way. And it's just, I guess for me, it's just certain things I just can't get past. I mean, it doesn't mean I don't like. That's not why I don't like Sam, but it's just one of those past transgressions that I was just never cool with. No, 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 no. I mean, like I said, it's not. I mean, yeah, I can blame the writers for it, but they wrote the character that way. You know, and like I said, granted, that was not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. When I give Sam smoke, I don't give it to her because of what she did back then. Yeah, Edwards, I get that. Yeah, no, Jay, no, no. Listen, I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that. And Jason's work and everything like that. No, I mean, yeah, no, I'm not knocking that. Yeah, but you know what? She's still here though. She's still here. I mean, like I said, Kelly Monaco, she's been killing it. I remember her when she was on Port Charles. I remember her when she was on Port Charles when she was Livy, and then she was Tess and what other crap. Better than a Brendan clone. Yeah, Jay, that's the thing. You know, as fans of these characters, you know, sometimes we can't really co-sign everything that they do. Yes, Livy, Tess, and of course you had Caleb. I I can go on and on with poor Charles and my love for it. DC, you are bringing facts to the table. You are bringing facts to the table. This is one of the reasons why me and DC work so well with our collabs. You know, because we're usually on the same page with that sort of stuff. Oh yeah, I kind of figured that was going to end up happening. You damn right she was not employed a month or more. And she knew what happened if she wanted to be employed for the goddamn month everyday heroes. Yes, Edwards. 25? No, unfortunately not. I'm not really in the medieval stuff. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So my battery is at 20 something percent. Well, we've been going for like 2 hours, and it's been fun as hell. Kristen, I will take your word for it, 25. But yes, we've been going for about like 2 hours. My batteries are at like 20. So unfortunately, we're probably going to wind up stopping the stream for today. But I had so much fun, especially seeing how I was sniffling and blowing my nose, and everyone sat there and watched the stream regardless. So I cannot sit there and say how much. Definitely, I'm gonna get around my phone right now. Um, 25. So I want to thank you, Jay. Thank you, everyone, for coming on. Thank you, DC Sanctuary, um, Blackmon. Thank you for coming on. Shanny Moore. Um, just scroll up for a minute. Stanford, Jay, Edwards, Moore. I always mispronounce your first name, so I'm just going to call you Moore. I want to thank you. I want to thank everyone else for coming on the stream. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for just being awesome. Thank you for the super chat, 25, and just and the other person who sent me the super chat that's not on there anymore. Yes, thank you so much. This was pretty much my birthday present, so I really do appreciate it. I know I'm not going to be doing a video tomorrow for the four soaps, but thank you, Shakira. Seriously. Yes, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for coming on the stream. This is Thank you, DC Sanctuary. Oh my God, you are a rock star. I really appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much. And we gotta sit there and do our collab. Talk about our collab because we're gonna be doing another one. Yes, thank you everyone so much. This was a lot of fun, and I will see everyone in the next videos throughout the week. And then next Sunday, we'll be back, just having a blast, going down memory lane, and yeah.